ready to be signed off. We are not sitting on a powder keg, said a government spokesman in 1605.
You missed the trick here. It should be called Have I Got Jews for You? Missed the trick.
Jeremy Corbyn has been attacked for turning a blind eye to anti-Semitism in the Labour Party, criticism he failed to deflect by attending a Passover evening hosted by a Jewish left-wing group called Judas. Their Twitter account calls Israel a steaming pile of sewage which needs to be properly disposed of. Well, I wouldn't open the manifesto with that. It wasn't all bad news for the Labour PR machine, though, as the Judas meeting went on for 4 hours, which meant Mr Corbyn missed his meeting with Gerry Adams to piss on the cenotaph.
I hope that somebody tunes into this programme thinking it's news night for the...
Was that a boo?
Who is it?
I can't possibly say, because there's an injunction.
And
I know it's been revealed, but I think, you know, some of our distinguished businessmen should be allowed a little privacy.
What is it about small, fat men?
Neither of you have named him, so we can still get the point.
Yeah, exactly.
It was Sir Philip Green.
Do you think this is a good use of parliamentary privileges, Ian?
Yeah, I think it's great. No, I was just remembering there was an MP called John Hemming who just used to break injunctions and just shout them out in the middle of debates about completely different things. So they'd be discussing an order bill and he'd shout, "Ryan Giggs!"
How did Philip Green allegedly try to spend £1 million in 2010?
His birthday party?
Yes. No, but it is to do with an evening out.
Did he hire Kate Moss?
Warmer. Nancy Del Olio...
Oh, yes.
...told The Sun that in 2010, after an event, Philip pawed at my wrist and told me, if you come with me now to my apartment, this night will be worth $1 million.
Wow, not enough epidural in the world.
Who did she claim tried to chat her up in 2012?
Me.
No.
It was Ian Hislop. What? Yes. After she did this show in 2012, Nancy Del Olio told The Sun about Ian. He wanted to take me for a drink afterwards, but I couldn't go. Good evening.
It's just not true.
No.
At the end of the show, we go and have a drink in hospitality. She was sitting there, I was sitting there. I said, "We're going to have a drink." All right. That was it. Sorry, that was me being Bruno Tololioli.
Yes, but what Ian's not telling you is that 2 hours later they were behind the bins at McDonald's. You couldn't separate them. You couldn't separate them. Oh, yes, Make America Great Again. There's a Donald Trump look-alike. Hitting looks like Angela Merkel, I'm not sure. Yeah, so this is the midterm elections in America.
According to Trump, why was the Democratic victory in the House of Representatives actually good news for him?
Well, it means he can blame them when they block his measures and then say, well, I tried and it's all your fault.
This is how he put it.
They can look at us, then we can look at them. I could see it being extremely good politically, because I think I'm better at that game than they are.
He's been wearing goggles in the fake tan again.
He did say the other day at a rally, "I've kept promises I didn't even make."
Yeah.
I have to be honest, though. In the last 10 years or so, I think the right wing in America, they've been whooping our butts with this. They'll say something really nonsensical, and we're stunned. And in the state of being stunned, legislation and stuff gets passed. Like, you know, you'll be in court with one of them, and your lawyer will say, "We need to handle something about voting rights, and I think we need to look at these districts." And the other side will say, "Well, I love my mom, apple pie, and yabba dabba doo." And you go, "What the fuck?" And then while you going, "What the fuck?" somebody goes, "Case dismissed, next."
Did anyone see this charming revelation from Stormy Daniels? She said that Trump's hair is real and that it fluffed around like a drunken cockatoo as they had sex.
Is she familiar with a cockatoo? With a...
But for the American president to sit one-on-one with the Russian president with no security detail is really unprecedented and remarkable. It shows naivety. I mean, apart from what information Vladimir will have definitely got out of him, it wouldn't surprise me if he hasn't secreted a bugging device on him and Trump hasn't noticed yet. Just imagine him sat there going, I hear beeping at night. Oh, good. Nobody knows what it is, by the way. Nobody knows. I think it's my ideas coming in.
Ah, yes, there we are. They've been kept under wraps. He's left his keys at home. And there's Prince Philip enjoying a day out. That's the royal baby, and there's the two of them. So, yes, this is the news that a couple are getting married at the weekend, and everybody's very happy for them.
They're serving their food out of bowls.
That's the word on the street.
Yeah.
Do you know what the term for this meal is?
No.
Bowl food.
Is a queen going to stand up and eat it out of a bowl?
No.
No, she'll have a footman chucking cheesy
not.
watches at her.
The day before the wedding, Harry was made a major in his regiment, the Household Cavalry.
Oh, lovely.
And if you're now asking the question... if you're asking the question, oh, so is Harry still a full-time soldier in the Household Cavalry? The answer is no, he isn't. So how has he been promoted to the rank of major?
Oh, does he know someone?
He's the son of the Queen, for God's sake.
No, that's what I mean. He's the son of the Queen. Yeah. Harry?
Oh, sorry.
What are you suggesting?
That's going to be tricky on a family... on drawing them family trees.
There's been some late-night press speculation about a possible name for the royal baby. What do you think it is?
Kanye?
Yes, now you're talking.
It's Arthur.
Prince Arthur, yeah, Prince Arthur. We'll go...
Albert.
Nearly, yes.
After the square.
But didn't...
He's not your baby, he's mine.
Leave it out.
You might have a crown on your head, but that don't make you not a slag, does it?
Now it's time for the advent calendar of news. Fingers on buzzers, teams. Have a pipe at this.
Ian.
This man swam around the whole of Britain.
That's right. Yeah. Ross Edgley has become the first person to swim around Britain. How long did it take him?
About 25 minutes.
3 months.
100 days.
157 days. What did Ross lose while swimming?
Some weight.
He lost his tongue. And I don't mean metaphorically. Bits of his tongue actually fell off due to the constant exposure to salty water. He told The Guardian, I realised something was bad when I woke up with chunks of it on my pillow.
Hang on, pillow?
Yeah.
What's he on a night?
Pillow? Well, he didn't sleep in the water. Didn't he?
Well, that's not swimming around the coast non-stop, is it? What did he do? Go to a hotel?
He's still a human being. He's not the Little Mermaid.
He's a liar.
The man's tongue fell out.
Yes, because he lied.
How did he protect himself against jellyfish?
We had a wetsuit on.
Yeah. What bit was exposed?
His face. He wrapped a duvet round it. Pillow man.
He grew a beard because, in his own words, a fat, giant jellyfish of Scotland and its tentacle had been slapping me in the face for half an hour.
Yes, your breakfast is ready. Your croissants.
What other feats of endurance has Ross Edgley done before this? Do you know?
Yeah, he's walked upstairs and claimed it was Everest.
He swam 24 miles dragging a 100-pound log.
In water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That had an outboard motor on it.
He ran a marathon pulling a car.
That somebody else was driving. I see this guy's MO. I mean,
Yes, this is the news that Ross Edgley has become the first person to swim around Britain.
Allegedly.
According to the Daily Telegraph, Ross slept on a support boat.
Oh.
Started the day with a breakfast of 2 pizzas. I think it was tough for him. Spare a thought for the delivery man in his moped.
Why are these two angry about pies?
There's the 2 people who are in Morrison's in Middlesbrough who went in there before 9 o'clock and asked for a meat pie, and they were said, no, you can't have a meat pie before 9 o'clock. You can have a fruit pie, you can have anything else, but you can't have a meat pie because we're not serving them before 9 o'clock.
This is Linda and Tony Gilks, who were furious.
Which one's which?
They're the 2 human beings, not the things in the hand.
I was looking at the pasties.
I've been thinking about these people all week. The reason I hate them is because...
Who are you hating?
These 2 people, because...
Oh, right,
look,
you hate them?
Anyone who poses...
They're the innocent victims.
No, they're not.
Aren't they?
They're greedy pie faces, attention seekers. I don't like...
Extraordinary outburst.
Look, I hate anyone...
This is how Brexit happened. People like you.
No, this is how breakfast happened.
What did husband Tony do to vent his anger at Morrison's?
He spoke to all the papers like he was Katie Price. Little press junket with his pasty. I hate him. I'm sorry.
How did matters get resolved?
They were both deported.
There was a dramatic U-turn. Morrison's have agreed to sell meat pies from 7 a.m.
All I'll say is that now the poor Morrison's workers, I'm kind of with Sarah on this, because those workers have now got to get off their asses, crawl into work at God knows what hour to bake a meat pie for those 2 miserable people. So they can have it by 7:30.
There's satire on that poor couple eating a nice pie watching this guy. This has gone out of hand.
What's the other food-related outrage this week?
Food-related?
Food-related! Pay attention.
You working those teeth in for somebody?
Cheese.
Very good.
Here you are, a patronising git, aren't you?
So, come on, tell us then about this cheese thing.
Well, it's scientists reckon they can create cheese now in a couple of days, whereas the French normally take months to make a camembert or whatever. So they're kicking off because they're saying that it's not traditional, it's synthetic.
Does anybody know how you quicken the process of making cheese?
Do you just squeeze the udder faster?
Yeah. There's lots of people who do that for nothing.
Apparently they do it by splitting the production of cheese and its aroma in the laboratory and combining them later. According to the scientist Gilles Garric, with the same material we can thus make a cream cheese on Monday, a camembert on Tuesday and a hard cheese on Wednesday, although they are hoping to refine the process even further to fit in with the French working week.
Time now for the odd one out round. Margaret Thatcher, Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield, King Tang of Shang and Roger Moore.
OK, so Ben and Jerry, they're obviously, unless it's a double bluff, they are the ice cream makers who make Ben and Jerry ice cream. So is it about inventing ice cream?
It is about inventing ice cream, but who
Well,
or
I
what
think,
is the odd one?
Well, I don't know that Roger Moore invented something. I don't know who this bloke is. But there was a story that Margaret Thatcher had invented an ice cream, but
She worked on Mr Softy, didn't she?
Yes.
She worked on Mr Softy.
Yeah.
She was involved in the chemical manufacture of...
But...
Oh, that's right, because she was a chemist.
But I don't think she actually invented an ice cream. I'm saying she's the odd one out.
You are absolutely right.
Oh, wow.
Yes. They've all invented a type of ice cream, except for Margaret Thatcher, who did not help to invent Mr. Whippy. Despite that being widely reported as fact, it's flake news. Thank you very much, yes. What sort of ice cream did everyone's third favourite Bond, Roger Moore, invent?
The raspberry Mivy.
That one.
Chalk ice.
Yes. You're very close.
Very close.
Very close, yes.
Is it chocolate on a stick?
Oh, a Magnum.
Yes, Magnum, which is a chocolate ice on a
he
stick.
didn't like eating it on its own, because the bits went on his jumper.
Well, safari suit, please.
Safari suit. So he said, why don't you put a stick in it?
Yes.
He was always saying that,
Yeah. His catchphrase. When asked in an interview who he'd most like to meet, the late Sir Roger replied, I would like to meet Mr. Walls and ask why they don't have a choc ice with vanilla inside that I had as a child and put it on a stick. I didn't know at the time, but other people like Claire Bloom were being asked the same question and they wanted to meet Gandhi and Jesus. King Tang of Shang invented the very first ice cream sometime around 1600 BC. Having invented ice cream, the next step for King Tang of Shang was to set up his country's biggest ice cream factory, the Great Walls of China.
Time now for the missing words round, and we start with Princess Eugenie reveals Queen what, but Prince Philip can't be bothered.
He's always up for it.
Almost spat that clean over the counter. Just taking a sip of water. What is the crown is the answer. The Queen is apparently a big fan of hit TV drama The Crown, or she calls it The One Show.
Next, dogs should have right to what, says High Court?
Lick people on the mouth.
Lick people on the mouth. Yeah,
Lick people on the mouth?
Yeah, because some people are like, oh, get your dog off my face.
That's me.
What?
Not me licking your face. Well, that's me doing that. Well, that's me. I don't like dogs licking my mouth.
I know this. They're having the right to urinate against trees and lampposts.
Yes, it is true that dogs should have the right, apparently. Another dog arrested for urinating on a lamppost has asked for 100 other fences to be taken into consideration.
Next, perfume that smells of nothing, what?
Is nonsense.
The answer is expected to retail at $275. The sales assistants might not be able to smell you, but they can certainly see you coming.
Next, the history of Morris dancing by John Forrest is what?
It's actually a better read than some other books by celebrities coming out this Christmas.
Is not what one might call a page-turner.
And finally, what's iconic status shows no signs of diminishing?
God.
Those pens that are like 4 different colours. And things like that.
You're flipping close. The Parker pen.
The Parker pen.
That's right. The Parker 51 remains popular with pen bloggers.
Good
people who type about how much they love using pens.
Before we go, there's just time for the caption competition.
Obscene phone caller is traced after police undercover operation.
Have you had problems with PPI?
It's Tinder for pensioners.
And I leave you with news of that. During a school visit to Preston, the tea ladies wait to see who's picked up the cup containing the laxative.
In Dagenham, angry punters demand a refund after attending a performance of The Lion King in a pub car park.
In Munich, as a VIP visits a kindergarten, it looks like little Gunther, the teddy monitor, may have some explaining to do.
And in the Oval Office kitchen, Donald Trump intercepts a message from Melania.
That's it, job done. Happy Christmas.
Festive Fibs tomorrow night. Noddy Holder's on the guest list for Would I Lie to You at Christmas? That's at 10 here on BBC One. And we've got more new comedy to come next tonight. Meet the Lord of Suburbia and Barbecue Supremo, King Gary.